Wake up. Come on, wake up. Hey, welcome to Trivia Night. A gauntlet of pain and judgment, but in a T for teen kind of way, so don't freak out. I'm going to ask you a bunch of trivia questions. If you get a question wrong, you have to fight for your life in one of my super fun mini-games. If you do badly in the minigame, I'll kill you. But don't worry, Ghost can still win the game. When one player is left alive, we'll go to the final round where the living and dead compete to see who can escape first. Feel free to join the audience if you're some kind of masochist. Audience members get a chance to die too. Am I rambling? I feel like I'm rambling. Now let's get to it. Okay, first question. What's the name of the dreamy Prime Minister Canada elected in 2015? Use your device to answer the question. And the correct answer is... Who got the question right? The rest of you, let's go someplace fun. Welcome to the killing floor. We're going to play Chalices. All of the safe players have been provided with a poison pellet. Pick a chalice to put your poison in. Now it's your turn to play. Pick a chalice to drink from. I'm pretty excited. Hope it tasted good. Now let's see what everyone drank. Brace yourself. And now you're dead. See? Real consequences down here. But keep playing, and I promise you can still win. Even death doesn't get you out of Trivia Murder Party. Here's everybody's scores. It's a good way to compare yourself to others and maybe start to feel bad about yourself. Alright, next question. Sometimes big companies spread bad messages. For example, what tech company's original slogan was, "Don't be evil"? Who said this one? Only a ghost got it wrong. Too easy. How about this? What's the name of the man who eats so much that he explodes in Monty Python's The Meaning of Life? And the correct answer is this. Everyone is wrong. Come with me. Welcome back to the killing floor. It's math time. Answer as many math questions as you can before time runs out. Whoever does the worst dies. Math time. Let's go. You look like you're concentrating too hard. I really think we're gonna miss all this math once it's over. And it's pretty much over now. Here it comes! Oh no, now you're a math ghost! Oh, just one remains? Well, I'm not done partying out here, so let's hold off on the endgame for just a little bit. Okay, Sugarbeet? If you can survive the next 2 questions, I'll power up the final round and open the escape door. Let's try another one. Which spice comes from the dried stigma of a flower? Time's running out. And the correct answer is this one. Everyone is wrong. I want to show you something. Uh-oh, this is a mess. There's blood all over this art. I really shouldn't keep jars of blood everywhere like that. Memorize the pattern of blood. Okay, you've had long enough. Reproduce the pattern on your device by tapping on all the spaces that were red. Then press submit when you're done. If your pattern is different than mine, I will kill you. Stop sucking. Here's that art again, and here's what you did. I'm annoyed that you survived, but I can't stay mad at you. Good job! I'm really enjoying our chemistry so far. You guys are the Rory to my Lorelei. Alright, next question. Who said I think, therefore I am? Time's running out. Who picked this? Everyone is wrong. Let's play a game. Let's see if you can string some letters together. Use letters to spell the longest word you can before time runs out. I knew these magazine clippings would come in handy eventually. I will be really upset if you can't find at least a 7-letter word. Start poking those letters with your fingers. The letters don't have to touch each other, and remember to press submit when you're done. I'm so excited to see what you come up with. Ooh, let's see what you did there. This will hurt.
Terrible tragedy. I'd avoid that old run-down gazebo if I were you. Rumor has it some awful things happened there. A spooky party game where you used your phone to play, I think. I kinda zoned out when the sheriff was going on about it. 4 people died, which is just terrible, but it's nice to have fewer dumb people around, I guess. Tragic. You should stay for supper tonight. I'm making a braised lamb with squash puree and mango chutney. It's no trouble.
Hi! The party's downstairs. Come on in. Okay, this is a sequel, so expect the exact same structure as before, but with slight variables. Okay now, first question. I always call it the Dead Sea, but what name does it also go by? Time's running out. And the correct answer is... who got it right? The rest of you, prepare for your punishment. Welcome to the killing floor. Oh look! There's a pile of money on the floor. That's weird. And no, you can't jump in it. Take as much money as you want, but take the most money or the least money, and you'll be sorry. Get paid. How much did everybody take? Uh-oh. The most greedy and least greedy must be punished. Is the social commentary a little too on the nose? This is where I keep track of all the scores. On this board. I call it a scoreboard. Please don't steal that name from me. Here's another one. Just taking a moment to update my enemies list. What is Carrot Top's real name? Who picked this one? Everyone is wrong. Let's play a game. Welcome back to the killing floor. We're going to play the finger cutting game. I hope you're not fond of extremities. Just choose one of your fingers to cut off. It's so easy. Easier than cutting off a toe. Don't get me started on those. Think happy thoughts. Remember, the donation of your finger is tax deductible. Ah, the scoreboard returns. This thing practically pays for itself. I've got more questions for you. How many narrators does the Sound and the Fury have? Who said this one? Everyone is wrong. Let's go someplace fun. Let's play a dice game. I'll go first. 16. Now I need a little help from a safe player. How about you? In order to live, should they roll higher or lower? The choice is yours. Ooh, that'll be a tough roll. Roll higher than me or you die. The house always wins. This is the best you guys can do? We barely got going and you're all dead. What about this acid I bought, huh? I can't return it. You make me sick.
Terrible tragedy. I wouldn't go up to that old barn if I were you. They say terrible things happen there. People forced to play some crazy game show using their phones as controllers. I don't really understand the technology. 4 people died. Looks like heaven just got some bad trivia night partners. Spooky stuff. Hold on, you're not my wife. Why am I talking to you? Get away from me, you weirdo!
Hi! The party's downstairs. Come on in.
I was helping someone load his van. He threw me in, now here I am. I'm in his basement, cold and afraid, where a deadly trivia game is played. Though it's dark, I can kind of see there are others trapped down here with me. We're all dreading what he'll carry out. Then all at once we hear him shout, it's a trivia murder.
Welcome, I'm your host, Schmitty. My voice is included with your purchase of this game at no extra charge. Everybody strapped in? Good deal, let's do it. Time for round one. You'll get 2 prompts on your device. Just answer them however you want. Your responses, or quips, will be pitted against someone else's, and everyone will vote on their favorite. The more folks who choose your answer, the more points you get. Go! Let's start this show. First one, indoor skydiving makes a lot more sense than indoor blank. Okay, everybody pick your favorite. Next one, the name of a really boring sex position is the reverse blank. Get to voting. Next up, you should always blank before you get married. Vote now. Next prompt. A weird thing for a baseball umpire to lean down and say to a catcher. And vote. That's round one. Let's take a look at the scores. Round two time, and look sharp because I'm doubling all the point values. Cards on the table. Prompt number one is a great pickup line to use on the person cleaning up the spill you caused in the grocery store. Okay, choose your favorite. Moving on, the worst topping to put on a cake. Time to vote. Moving on. There should be greeting cards specifically for this situation. Coming up next, a super elite underground club at Yale that nobody knows about. Vote away. Round 2 is now complete. Let's see where we landed. This is round 3, the last lash. One final chance to catch up, and everyone gets the same prompt this time. Invent the full phrase that goes with this acronym. All right, brace yourselves. Okay, in round 3, you get to award both a gold and a silver medal to your top 2 quips. Have at it. Okay, let's bring out those medals. Bring out the silver and the gold. Medals are nice, but points are even nicer. So, that's the end. Let's see the final scoreboard.
Wake up. Wake up. Welcome to Trivia Night, voted most painful quiz show 7 straight years. But in a down-to-earth, just us girls kind of way, you know? I'm going to ask you a bunch of trivia questions. If you get a question wrong, you have to fight for your life in one of my super fun mini-games. If you do badly in the minigame, I'll kill you. But don't worry, Ghost can still win the game. When one player is left alive, we'll go to the final round where the living and dead compete to see who can escape first. Oh, and anyone watching the game can join the audience. Why let your friends hog all the pain? All this making sense? Any questions? I don't really care. Let's go. First question. Who dies in Steel Magnolias? Use your device to answer the question. And the correct answer is... Who got the question right? Which leaves only you. Prepare for your punishment. Welcome to the killing floor. We're going to play chalices. I've given each safe player a poison pellet. Pick a chalice to put your poison in. And it's your turn now. Pick a chalice to drink from. These chalices are all pretty small. Hope it tasted good. Now let's see what everyone drank. Hey, at least now you know what poison tastes like. And boo! You're a ghost. But don't go into the light just yet. Ghosts can still win. Death is not the end. This is where I keep track of all the scores. On this board. I call it a scoreboard. Please don't steal that name from me. Here's another one. Who's the youngest sister in Little Women? Who said this? Everyone is wrong. I want to show you something. Hey girl, welcome back to the killing floor. Let's draw some pictures. Every little line will be scrutinized. Police Academy. Draw this thing the best you can and press send when you're finished. Now everyone gets to vote. I want you to pick the worst drawing. It takes just a little effort on your part, but it can really ruin another person's day. And isn't that what it's all about? It's the drawing that makes you kind of hangry. The votes are in. Did you draw this ugly thing? I think I'm going to bury that terrible drawing with you. Ah, the scoreboard returns. This thing practically pays for itself. Alright, next question. Who portrayed Robert Shapiro in FX's The People vs. O.J. Simpson? Who said? This one? Everyone is wrong. I have a surprise for you. Let's have some fun with spelling. Use letters to spell the longest word you can before time runs out. I got some of these letters from Highlights Magazine. Don't be the person with the shortest word or you'll regret it. Get to it. By the way, the letters don't have to be touching. And don't forget to press submit when you're done. You better find something. Let's see what you could come up with. And ties are verboten. I just read the Fountainhead, so I only reward winners. And just like that, everybody died. So early in the game, too. That means Dennis wins the office pool. I should have bet you guys were gonna do awful.
Terrible tragedy. I wouldn't go up to that old barn if I were you.
Wake up! Wake up. Welcome to Trivia Night, a rolling sea of dark, dark despair. But what's a frown but just an upside-down smile? We're gonna have some fun. I'm going to ask you a bunch of trivia questions. If you get a question wrong, you have to fight for your life in one of my super fun mini-games. If you do badly in the minigame, I'll kill you. But don't worry, Ghost can still win the game. When one player is left alive, we'll go to the final round where the living and dead compete to see who can escape first. And you can... Okay, Professor, I guess we'll skip the rules. Alright, first question. You know, pets can really enrich your life. What island nation does the deadly Komodo dragon call home? And the correct answer is... Who got it right? Which leads only you. I have a surprise for you. Welcome to the killing floor. We're going to play the finger cutting game. Fingers are overrated, right? Just choose one of your fingers to cut off. End of instructions. Commence cutting. See, that wasn't so bad, was it? I mean, you have to live with the consequences, but still. It's early, but here are your scores. But don't get too high or too low because you're all doomed, remember? Let's try another one. I'll never forgive it for how it treated Rick Moranis, but... what's the name of the man-eating plant in Little Shop of Horrors? And the correct answer is... this. The rest of you, let's play a game. Welcome back to the killing floor. I'm going to ask you a question. Your life depends on how you answer. What is absolutely the best song to make out to? Type an answer on your device and press send when you're finished. Now everyone gets to vote. Pick which of these answers you hate the most. The person who wrote the answer with the most votes will die. Pick the answer that makes you go, waiter, I do not want this. Please take it back. The votes are in. Don't worry, this work is just ahead of its time. Just to prove this isn't a fever dream, here are the scores again. Next question. What was the name of the family from Seventh Heaven? Who picked this one? The rest of you, let's go someplace fun. Oh, heck yes, it's time for math. Answer as many math questions as you can before time runs out. If you do the worst, you die. Time to get your math on. You're mathing so hard right now. Your time is subtracting at an alarming rate. Every math class needs a remedial student. You failed at math, so now you're subtracted. I feel like I should make t-shirts or something. Would people buy those? Or hats, maybe. I'll think about it. Let's try this again. Please act like an adult during this question. Which sport features a coxswain? Who picked this one? One of you is still alive. Let's play a game. Let's do a little memory test. Everyone gets to play this time. Memorize the pattern. And done. From left to right, what was the order of the weapons? If you want to survive, you'll have to be invincible this round. If you don't hit send right now, all your memorizing will be for naught. Hey, remember this? How close did you get? But did anyone do better than you? Now that's what I'm talking about. Whoa. This went from a simple murder party to a creepy sociological experiment. You were playing with some grim people. Only one of you is still alive. You know what that means. It wasn't easy making it here alive, and it won't be easy to escape with your body. I'm going to give you a category. Nations north of the equator. Tap on each answer that fits, then press submit. Let's see the right answers. You move forward one space for every correct answer. You're getting real close to the exit. Oh, did I mention that all the other ghosts get to play too? If a ghost catches up to you, then they will steal your body. Then they can escape and win the game. Here's everyone's next question. And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you. Anytime. They're getting away. Come on. Shellfish. Can you stay out of the shadows? Mushrooms. Hercules' labors. Here's another one. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Decision. Uh-oh, that ghost is gonna get ya. Conifer trees. Now can you play with me forever? Red wine. Is right on your tail. Watch out. Too slow. So sad. Fried dough foods. No fair. Hurry up. Tom Riddle's Horcruxes. What a crazy game, am I right? Here's another one. Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters. Wow, I'm impressed. The shadows are coming. Instagram filters. Another round? Sure, it feels good to be wanted. You hear that, Dad? Somebody likes me. Whoops, I keep forgetting. He's been dead for years now. Okay now, first question. Let's start things off with a picture question. Hey, check out this old cute pic of me as a kid. I remember that day well. We went to the mall, an abandoned one of course. There were all these wild animals just roaming about. Yeah, that otter was adorable. He bit me right after that pic. Gave me rabies. You know, I never did get around to getting that cured. Well, I hope you don't have a brain-melting disease because I want to know. What number was above the rope? Time's running out. And the correct answer is... Who got it right? The rest of you, prepare for your punishment. Welcome to the killing floor. Look at this mess. There's blood all over this art. Eat your heart out, Jackson Pollock. Memorize the pattern of blood. Alright, that's enough time. Reproduce the pattern on your device by tapping on all the spaces that were red. Then press submit when you're done. The person who is furthest from the pattern will die. Time is not on your side. Here's that art again, and here's what you did. The cream has risen to the top and left behind you. Here's how everyone's doing so far, but also know that who you are as a person is just as important. How about this? The Diamond Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II celebrated how many years of her reign? And the correct answer is this. The rest of you who are still alive, let's go someplace fun. Hello, Guten Tag. Welcome back to the killing floor. Things have been too polite. Let's have violence. You can attack someone else. You can defend yourself. Or you could grab some money. And if no one gets hurt, I will still punish someone. Now go say hello to some people with your fists. I am tingling all over. The old slice and dice. Ooh, I really should have popped some popcorn. This is art. Those cuts don't look serious. Serious enough. Your friends sure don't like you very much. Only one player left, but it's too early to go to the final round. You need to survive a little longer if you want a chance to escape. If you can somehow survive these next two questions, I'll give you a chance to escape during the final round. Alright, next question. Little Monsters is the nickname of which musician's fan base? Time's running out. Who said? this. Come with me. Well, I hope you know how to spell. Use letters to spell the longest word you can before time runs out. This is actually how William S. Burroughs wrote some of his stories, but I guess that's not really important right now. But I will be very disappointed if you can't find at least a 5-letter word. Start poking those letters with your fingers. The letters don't have to touch each other, and remember to press submit when you're done. I'm so excited to see what you come up with. Let's see what you came up with. It'll all be over soon. Well, looky here, all dead before the final round. What a waste. It was gonna mess you up. Oh well.
Terrible tragedy. I'd stay away from that old abandoned farmer's market if I were you. They say terrible things happen there. A demented killer forced a bunch of folks to answer some trivia. Worse than going to pub trivia, they say. 4 people died. Why is it always the dumb ones that suffer? Horrible. A thing like that would never happen during a game of Quiplash.
Hi! The party's downstairs. Come on in.
Someone load his van. He threw me in, now here I am. I'm in his basement, cold and afraid, where a deadly trivia game is played.